How's it everyone? Today I'm here to review tonight's episode of NXT. Of course, tonight's NXT episode aired on July 6, 2016. The reason why I'm reviewing this episode is because it was really good, and I plan on reviewing next week's episode anyways because it has a big match of Shinsuke Nakamura versus Finn Balor. So I figured since tonight was kind of a prelude to that, I thought I'd pretty much review this episode because, like I said, it was really good anyways, and it hyped up next week, so I thought I'd just review it for the sake of reviewing it. And at the end of this video, I do really want to talk about the Cruiserweight Classic Bracketology that they air on the network after NXT, so I'll talk a little bit about that as well after this review. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Of course, NXT tonight opened up with Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. I thought this was a really good match. Bayley and Alexa Bliss put on a very solid match here. Alexa Bliss, to me, has always been underrated. I've always thought she was really, really good, and this match pretty much solidified it. She plays a great, great heel. That moment in the match where she turns that mean streak where she just grabs her opponent's throat and she has that look in her eyes like she's about to just kill that person. I think it's absolute gold that she does that. Bayley looked great as always as well. She busted out some moves that I either haven't seen her do before, I just haven't seen her in a very long time. She busted out a buckle bomb, which looked really nice. She busted out a stunner through the ropes, which looked pretty cool as well. And I just thought overall Bayley and Alexa Bliss put on a very solid match. Good back and forth action. Not really a dull moment. They had some nice exchanges as well. The crowd was red hot for it as well. The crowd was really into it because if you watch NXT regularly like I do, Full Sail crowds are usually really, really hot for the takeovers, but usually for the tapings, they're kind of like not really as excited because it's a taping, so I understand that, but they're not really, energetic to tapings unless things really, really, really big's happening. So that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Bayley and Alexa Bliss. Sorry, I'm all fired up. I'm very excited for next week in the Cruiserweight Classic. I can't even talk because I'm just, like I said, all excited for next week. And it's such a great episode tonight of NXT. So sorry if I'm just stumbling upon my words because like I said, I'm just all fired up. But yeah, very good match. Alexa Bliss, I hope she's next in line for the Women's Championship because she really deserves it. And I think she can put on a great showing as the NXT Women's Champion. And Bayley, Bayley is Bayley. She's great. So very fun opener between the two of them. Of course, with the match, Nia Jax comes out and pretty much gets in Bayley's face after Bayley pretty much calls her out, which is pretty much setting up for Bayley versus Nia Jax 3, which personally I can care less about. I wasn't, the first match was pretty decent. Their second match I was bored on my mind with, so I'm not really excited for their third match, but it is what it is. The next match we had was the Hype Bros taking on Blake and Murphy, who was giving it another shot. About a minute into this match, a wild rhino appears out of nowhere. Not the animal rhino. Rhino the wrestler, Mr. Gore himself, comes out of nowhere. Gore's everyone besides Blake's, or Murphy, sorry. So he gores Blake, Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley, and Murphy just runs for the hills. And yeah, Rhino's back, so he's been gone since October, I believe. So I'm not really too sure what he's been doing back. But it's never too bad of a thing to see a familiar face back. So Rhino back in NXT should be interesting. Of course, I hyped up the big match for next week being Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor with an incredible video package. Very, very exciting. The production for NXT is top notch, and they always produce quality video packages, and I can't put them over enough. So a great way to hype up the match next week. Very, very excited for that. And of course, with the main event, which was a 2 out of 3 falls match for the NXT Tag Team Championship, the Revival versus the American Alpha. This was a great match right here. Definitely a very fun main event. This got about 25 minutes, I want to say. So we got a whole lot of time. The best way I can put this match is, to me, it's kind of like if their TakeOver Dallas match and their TakeOver The End match had a medium. I want to say it's about the medium of those two matches because I wouldn't say it was as good as their TakeOver Dallas match, but I think they fixed their mistakes that they had in that match. In that match, of course, there's a lot of hiccups and a lot of mishaps and a lot of miscommunication with the maneuvers. But I feel like here they kind of didn't really have that issue at all. And they put on a very quality TV match, and this was a great main event here. I wouldn't say it's their best one. I definitely think their TakeOver The End match still is their best, but this is definitely one hell of a main event between both teams. Both teams solidified what tag team wrestling is. Both teams were outstanding, especially American Alpha. And the Revival, just their tactics, distracting the referee and, going behind the referee's back, and the way they save each other when something's going to happen. Just the way these two teams maneuver, especially the Revival, especially the American Alpha, especially both teams. I can't put both these teams over enough. I can watch these teams wrestle each other all day, any day of the week. These are the most main roster-ready tag teams I've seen in quite some time. These two definitely need to be called up. I know American Alpha is probably in the draft, but Revival definitely needs to be called up pretty soon as well. But they solidified tag team wrestling here, and they put it to its finest. These two teams knew each other from their backhand to their front. Just can see what their opponents are going to do before they even do it. And I thought that was great drama and suspense for this match to see that portray. So definitely a lot of fun in this match. The first fall didn't come probably for the first maybe 20 minutes, which to me it's a positive but a negative when falls come so late, because that way it proves that one of the teams aren't going to just give up a fall and let it go for the next one. But it's also pretty bad to me because when that first fall comes late in the match, then either the next fall following or the next two falls perhaps are going to happen really, really quick after the first one. So it's kind of a positive and negative that they wait so far to get the falls, but is what it is. American Alpha got the first fall with the ankle lock Jason Jordan had on, I believe, Dawson, I believe, and Dawson tapped out. So American Alpha was leading, and then of course Revival was able to regain their pinfall with the inverted figure 4 that Dawson had on Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan tapped out, and that's how Revival regained their pinfall back. And then, of course, they get their deciding fall with the Shadow Machine on the Chad Gable onto the apron. Yes, on the apron, Chad Gable's trying to suplex Dawson. Dash saves him, hits the Shadow Machine on the ring apron, rolls him in the ring, pins him 1, 2, 3. So great main event there by the American Alpha and Revival. Like I said, great tag team maneuvers and great tag team tactics. Love the Revival's distractions. Love the hot tags for both teams. Well, American Alpha because there's a face team. Love for both Gable and Jordan. There's a time period where Revival was working on Jordan's leg, and they had to hot tag the Gable. There's a time period where Gable was getting beat up, and he had hot tag Jordan. So both guys really good at hot tagging matches. Was really, really good, and just the antics, the counters, American Alpha will go for great amplitude, but Shades would take over the end. The Revival would, pull whoever out of the way for the hit with it. And then, of course, Chad Gable saved Jason Jordan from the Shadow Machine when they went for it, and, Gable was jumped and pushed one of the members out of the way, so they wouldn't be able to hit it. Just great tag team wrestling right there, and really, really enjoyed it. So, really, really good really, I just kind of speak today, and I apologize for that. A really good episode of NXT tonight, really good main event, really good opener. Solid stuff to build up Nakamura and Balor next week, which I will be reviewing that episode next week as well, so stay tuned for that. And just a very solid show. Quick notes on the takeover, on the, God, I can't even, I'm just all over the place, I apologize. Quick note for the Cruiserweight Classic Bracketology, whatever they called it, that aired after NXT. Very, very good. Definitely a good way to hype yourself into it. I thought it was a great way to, showcase the matchups, and they went into the profiling for a handful of the competitors, which I thought was great, especially if you're unfamiliar with a lot of these names. I know probably about a fourth of the names. A lot of these guys I've never even heard of, so it was a great way for me to not really invest, but get to know more about them, so I can see what they're about and look forward to what they're going to be doing in the tournament. So if you haven't checked that out yet, I highly recommend you guys checking out the Cruiserweight Classic Bracketology on the network. Very, very, very good stuff. You had interviews with Brian Kendrick, TJ Perkins, even Triple H is on there, as well as speaking to Mauro Ronaldo and Daniel Bryan. So definitely check that out if you guys haven't already. But yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next week, like I said, I'll be reviewing NXT as well as the Cruiserweight Classic. I plan on reviewing every Cruiserweight Classic episode that airs, so that'll be a little weekly thing to, I guess you guys can look forward to. So yeah. Once again, thank you guys for watching the video, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching the video.